Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Danny Show. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is YYZSasha. So she is a dynamic force in the realm of dance and social media influence. With each graceful step, she weaves a narrative of passion and creativity that resonates with audiences worldwide, from her captivating performances to her engaging online presence. Sasha embodies the fusion of artistry and digital storytelling, inspiring countless individuals to embrace the power of movement and self-expression as well. Through her innovative choreography and authentic connection with her followers, YYZSasha has established herself as a trailblazer in the dance community and a beacon of inspiration for aspiring artists everywhere. Today, we explore the vibrant world of YYZSasha and get the inside scoop of how to become a talented social media influencer and dancer like herself. YYZSasha has garnered a massive TikTok following of 438.4 thousand followers and 19,000 followers on her Instagram page as well. We will dive into what content she delivers to the masses more in today's show. She's currently a student at the University of Toronto, and now the talented, lovely, and beautiful Sasha joins me live. How are you doing, Sasha?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for that introduction.
No
I
problem.
I love that. So many nice
Okay,
words, kind words. Thank you.
no
Really
problem.
appreciate it.
Was it good? You liked it?
I do like it. Yes, I didn't
Okay.
even know so many things about myself, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So first question, what initially sparked your passion for dance and social media content creation, and how has it like evolved over the years for you?
Well, I've been a dancer my whole life. Before I lived in Canada, I lived in Russia, and dancing was like a really big part of me. And it was like every day I had practices, every weekend I had like a competition and stuff. So that was a really big part of my life. And then when I
All
moved
right.
to Toronto, I kind of stopped dancing and then started dancing again because I realized like, oh my God, being an artistic person is such a big part of me. So I like needed to
Right.
get back into it. So
Right.
I feel like that part of me is definitely gonna come and go, but like forever be a big part, you know?
Okay.
When it comes to social media, I never like when I started social media, I never really connected the dance part of myself with the content that I was making, which I kind of regret doing to this day. I wish from the very beginning I connected with my followers through my passion of dance.
Okay.
But lately I have been trying to like, post more dancing videos and post more about like my personality and who I am as a person, and what actually interests me. So yeah, I feel like I've been like really working on that. So trying to get those two parts of myself together is like very important.
Right.
But yeah, dancing is a huge thing for me.
That's really cool. So like now that like you've done dancing for like how old were you when you started dancing?
Well, when I started, I was like 6.
Okay.
It was ballroom dancing, which the thing is, in Canada, it's not really popular. Like, if you watch Dancing with the Stars, the type of dancing that they do, that's kind of what ballroom is. It's
Right.
very like technical, very specific. It's not like salsa or bachata, which is like popular here in Canada. It's very different. It's more popular like in the States and in Europe. So that's why when I came here, like I had to stop because I literally couldn't even find a studio or anyone that even knew what it was. So from like 6 years old to until I was like 13 when I moved here, like every day was like practice. It was like it was taking over my whole life, including like school. Like I was, I think I'm a smart girl, but I was never really good at school. And I think it was because dance was like always taking over. I never had like the opportunity to like go out with my friends growing up. Like it was just always dance and I was so dedicated to it.
I see.
um so that's why I think like even now I take on like so many tasks, like I do so much and I still feel like it's not enough. And I think that comes from the fact that back in the day, it was every day dance, 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 like nothing else. Like, no, I cannot go to the movies with you. It was like that. So I
Wow.
think the type of person that I am right now, it really has like a root in like who I was and what lifestyle I lived back in Russia.
I see. I see. So you were like really disciplined to just do dance all the time. You didn't really have time for friends then.
And not really. I mean, like I had like one friend and like I'm still like friends with her and stuff. Like, no, I obviously I had friends. Like I wasn't like a loser or anything, but I never had um like free time to do everything that any like everyone else was doing. Like all
Right.
my friends, they would like go out. like I don't know, they'd like go skating in the winter, and then in the summer they'll go to each other's like cottages and stuff, always going on dinners and lunches and all that stuff. And I was just always that friend that's like, sorry, can't dance. Like I have dance. If you search up like on TikTok, it's like, I'm a dancer, of course, da 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 da, like that
Right.
trend.
Right,
So
right,
I'm a dancer. Of course I can't hang out with you because I have dance. It was
right.
like that. So I think all dancers will like understand where I'm coming from, but it was like extreme, especially like knowing like Russian dance teachers are like really crazy. So they they were on me.
I
Yeah, I
see.
couldn't do anything really.
Well, it's good. Like, so you managed to find a dance studio here and do dancing a little bit here and there, not as much as Russia, but
Mm, well, no. So when I moved here, I was like in grade 8 and I didn't dance then. But then when it came to, choosing a high school, I was very determined on getting into an art school. And there's a couple in Toronto. There's like Rosedale, some other ones, but I ended up going to a typical school of the arts,
okay.
and I auditioned for the dance program there. So for the 4 years in high school, like I was a dance major there, and it was a completely different style of dance. It was like modern, which I've never done before. It's not even a thing in Russia, I don't think.
Okay.
It was some ballet, like a little bit of hip hop, contemporary jazz, like it was everything that I've like never done before.
Oh,
So
cool.
I ended up doing that for like 4 years, and then when I got out of high school, like I haven't been like really dancing that much, but I still like, go to dance classes. I try out different styles all the time, like heels. I love heels, hip hop, jazz funk, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, you're an incredible dancer. I saw your videos. You're doing
Thank
some
you.
incredible things. Yeah, 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 for sure. And so aside from dancing, I know you do content creation. So which type of
Mhm.
content do you do? I know you do a mix of everything, like, mostly food I saw and a little bit of style and fashion. So where does that like all come from and stuff? Where did you got that interest to do it?
I mean, I think my social media pages really just represent me as a person. I
Okay.
can't just be focused on one thing. I
Right.
love food. I love going to restaurants. I
Right.
love going to events, but then I also like to dance. I love makeup, fashion and stuff. Right now, it has been a lot of like food stuff. I think that mainly comes from the fact that I work in like the hospitality and like food industry, club scene
Right.
in Toronto. So I think that's why my content has been like really focused on restaurants.
Hmm.
But I am, this month, like I have a lot of collaborations that I'm doing with like skincare brands and makeup and fashion. I did my like first ever runway show like 2 days ago. So that
Yeah, I
was like
saw.
a big like start for me in
Mhm.
that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked great. You look phenomenal. Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so
Thank you.
cool.
I tried my best.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It was cool. So that event, what was it about? Like what was that fashion theme about? Speak on that a little bit.
I mean, so how I got into it was I knew a guy who kept asking me to do it, and I was just for some reason like really scared to like step out of my comfort zone. And I was like, yeah, I would love to do runway, but I I thought it was just gonna be all like professional models and I have to be like perfect. But
Right.
then eventually, as I said, like I've been trying to very like switch up my content and just do all these different things. So I reached out back to him. Eventually, I was like, okay, do you have any opportunities coming up? And it was like perfect timing, like divine timing that he actually did have a show that was coming up, and it was called Velvet. So we had a designer for all the clothes, and then also if you saw like the full show that we had like these scarves and
Right.
everyone had a different outfit and it was styled differently on everyone. So I had it like all over, like on my head. So there was one designer for the clothes, one designer for the scarf pieces.
Right.
She like designed them like herself, made them herself and everything. And then there was also another one. She was doing jewelry. So my outfit didn't have the jewelry part, but a lot of the girls did have that. So it's just really different. We also had like the makeup artist. Like it was a really big like production and team. And to be honest, there was only like 20 models. And when I look at it, it's like I can't really say it was the biggest show I've ever seen, but the amount of effort and the amount of like hours that was like put into it, it was like insane. So I can't even imagine like how these like big runway shows happen. Like I can't even imagine like the time and effort behind
Right.
it, you know?
Right. Yeah. I can only imagine how tough it is to like set everything up and get everyone on
Yeah,
like on board. It's tough. Yeah,
exactly.
I've seen like bigger ones on bigger stages, probably like Victoria's Secret, fashion
Yeah,
New York, like that's
yeah,
big. So you got to do a lot of big preparations for it. So yeah, it's tough,
exactly.
but it's so much fun and worthwhile for sure.
100%. I think like even the best part about the show wasn't even walking in the runway itself. I mean, that was like that was terrifying, but I loved it. I think the part that I liked the most was like the whole creative process. But I wasn't surprised that that was my favorite part. Because even when I was dancing, like the whole prep before getting my makeup done, being all together, like in the studio, getting ready, doing the warm up, running through like the show and just like making sure everyone's good. Like it's basically just like the community, I guess.
Right.
And everyone is there for the same reason. Everyone is like experiencing like the same feelings and like nerves and excitement. And so being in a room with people that feel the same way as you do, it's very calming and it's very like it's just like a peaceful like atmosphere. And that's what I love about it.
I see. That's cool. That's cool to know what that atmosphere is all about. That's really cool. So now that you've done fashion, of course, you've been on that fashion runway, that whole show, and you've done social media content creation for a while now. What's been like your most memorable moment so far?
I mean, I actually don't even know how to answer that question because with everything I do, I have like basically like a same like level of excitement. Like I was actually going to show you. I have this like agenda where I have basically everything I have to do and then what's it called in orange it's basically everything that I've done, and every day that I look at the next day I get more excited. Doesn't matter if it's like a small
So
opportunity, big
that's a very busy
opportunity.
schedule.
It is like this is from January like 22nd.
Right,
So there's a couple of things here that I didn't end up doing. You can see that they're not highlighted.
right,
Which as someone who is a very like um big achiever, I don't know if that's the word, but
sure.
I always just want to achieve more and more and more. Like nothing is ever enough for me. Like looking at this kind of like freaks me out because I feel like I didn't get that done. But yeah, like every time I put something in my agenda, I like look at it and I look forward towards it. And then when I cross it out, it's like, oh my God, like that felt so good, like doing that and being able to cross it out. So when it comes to excitement, like I'm even excited about my midterm tomorrow that I have for anthropology. Like
Oh,
I'm
cool.
just excited always, you know?
I have a midterm too tomorrow, so it's exciting
Yeah,
times
I
as a
mean,
university student.
exciting but scary. I don't
Yeah,
really
so it's
study
it's
that
good
much.
that you have that schedule. Like I have that schedule too, as creators, we put goals for ourselves for sure to kind of excite ourselves, like you said, for the next day. Like I'm talking to people that I had no idea I would ever talk to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I had interviews with Nima Naz. I can't believe like sometimes I look back, I'm like, did I actually talk to this guy? So it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty worthwhile. Like you get kind of hyped and then it kind of takes you to like different avenues, social media. So it's pretty cool.
Exactly. I mean, like lately, I've just been this agenda thing has been really helping. Like, I'm not even just saying that, like, whatever, like, be organized and put everything in like
Right.
written form, but
Mhm.
genuinely, like, looking at my next day and it's just like seeing everything I've done, seeing everything I still have to do. Um, it definitely keeps me on track, but it also just like makes me so happy. It's so weird. Like I'm not an organized person at all. So the fact that I'm doing this is just it's just crazy. And like I've just been waking up with this feeling or going to bed every night with a feeling like I can't wait until tomorrow.
Right.
Like keeping myself so busy and just doing things that I love. Like um going to bed, I'm like, oh my God, like this is so exciting. Like tomorrow I have this and then the next day I have that. Like I just can't wait for
Mm,
that to happen. I can't wait to wake up and do all these things. Like I get to do all these things.
I see. I see. Sasha, I want to know, you can speak on this if you want to, if you don't have to. Do you feel like you represent yourself accurately on social media? Because I see a lot of times when like girls come out, they're models and whatnot, but they like represent themselves in a very different way than their authentic selves. You know what I mean? They put
Yeah.
like a fake
I
show on.
mean,
Do you do
yeah,
you
I
do
love
you
that
put that
question.
yeah, do you put that aside? You put that fakeness aside. Do you be like, I am YYZ Sasha on screen and off screen I'm the same person or no? Do you put like a show a little bit?
It
I put
really
a show as
depends.
well.
it really depends with like what I'm posting. I mean, I feel like the way I'm talking right now is very how I am in real life.
Sure.
So I've been trying to show off that more like on my social media, but then I like put on the phone and I'm like, "Hey guys, let's get ready." And it's just so fake and I'm like, "That's not even me." Or then like the opposite, like I post a video and I'm just like so happy and then I'm like, "I'm not even happy right now." Like
Right.
it's always just going to be different with what you post and how you feel in the moment.
Yeah, for
I
sure it
think
does.
like to answer that question, like with the yes or no, I think yes, I do accurately represent my
That's good.
personality on my
That's good. I'm
social
not
media.
saying like, yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hate on you. I'm not trying to do
No,
anything.
no, 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 no.
You know
I
what
don't
I
even
mean?
take it
It's
that
all out of
way.
love and I really do like your content. But I'm saying in general, like I see girls, they'll be like on social media, they're a whole different person. In real life, they're completely another
Yeah.
person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I feel like I'm not like that, but I do hear some stories. Like I'm not really like friends or like really close with any of like the influencers in the. I don't even want to say this like to sound like to make anyone sound bad, but I
Right.
did hear like some stuff like that too, that people would post these like crazy like fun personalities and then they're like not like that in real life. I think that's the worst thing you can do to your brand because at the end of the day, your account can get deleted one day and no one's going to remember you how you were on in your videos. Like people are going to really care about how you are in real life. And like even when I was doing the audition for the runway show, the one of the
Hmm.
main organizers that I reached out back to and I was like, "Hey, like by the way, like are you still doing this?"
Right.
He came up to me and he was like, "I'm so happy that I brought you because from the way you seem like on social media, I thought you were gonna sit in a corner and just like isolate yourself from everyone else and just like not talk and just be like in your own zone." And
Hmm.
he was like, "I love that you're talking to everyone, like you're being social, you're being nice, you're being outgoing. Like I love that." And he's like, "It makes me look good because I brought you basically, or like he told me to come." Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be 100% the same way that they are on social media as they are in real
Sure.
life,
For
but
sure.
I try to keep it um like, somewhat aligned.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Completely here as well. Like I do content creation as a living. So I have a podcast right now. I'm like what we're doing right now, right? So we're having fun,
Yeah.
we're talking. But when I do like TikTok videos per se, I keep it more professional. I keep it like a very high level, right?
Yeah.
Just because I want to attract everyone, and I feel like with a normal voice, it's just not gonna sound right.
Yeah.
So gotta kick it up a notch, right?
Exactly.
Like when
Yeah.
I saw your videos, I'm like, wow, like this girl is so cool, like walking around the city, having fun, with food and fashion. But that's what you want to do. I completely understand. So you have to put that show, as they say. But I know in
You
real
gotta fake it till
life,
you make it too. Like
right?
when I was posting even that video, I don't know which one you're exactly referring to, but when I was like posting the video about the mansion party, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my god.
mansion
But
party. Yeah.
in reality, like I re-recorded that 1,000 times. Obviously, like I mean, I did have fun, but I couldn't be like, so I went to this mansion party. Like I had to be like, guys, what's going on? Like I went to this mansion party. Da da da
You
da.
have
Like
to
I have
hype it up. It's all
yeah,
about
I
the
have to
hype.
hype it up.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Like
the only way you can
I
make it.
like
Fakes
I
to make it.
remember I remember I still want to make content with him so bad. Jay Ballway. I know you got a cut from him of that video.
JB, you mean JB
JB
always fresh?
JB always fresh. Yeah, JB always
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I love his content. I want to bring on my show. So yeah, that would be cool.
I
But
mean, you should totally reach out to him. He's honestly a great person in real
yeah, I
life.
know. Yeah.
Like I remember like when we did that video like 2 years ago or something, like he had, you know, a lot of followers on social media, but
Right.
I just remember him like talking about all the things that he wants to do and then like he did it all. Like he's very
Yeah, like he did
yeah,
it all. Like Toronto
yeah.
represent. Like he went hardcore. Like he met what's that guy's name? The bald guy,
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate. Yeah,
Yeah.
you met him.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like like he had like high standards for himself, and he like after high school he pursued his passion. And I saw his post. Like he was pulling up to mansions. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That's so cool.
It was very, again, like, fake it till you make it. Even when we did that collaboration, like, I don't know, he's probably not gonna get mad at me saying this, but he drove me, like, to the subway station after we were done because it was, like, really far from my house. And it was
Yeah.
this, like I think his car at that time, it was, like, a little, you know, what is it? Like there was no like Bluetooth on it. You had to put that thing with the Bluetooth, and it was just like this old little car.
Okay.
And he was like telling me how he wants to go to LA and do all these things. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now it's like he's driving these nice cars. Like he set a very clear intention and he got to it. And I just love the fact that like I got to see it all happen.
That's cool.
Um,
You were part of
and
it.
I just keep thinking about that car, especially when he talks about car. I'm like, how about that one car, that one like Honda or whatever? Like, that's where
Yeah.
it started. Like, you drove me from one of the collaborations to the subway station in that car, and now look at you.
Yeah, so it's just about, like JB Always Fresh did this. I'm doing this
Yeah,
hoping in the future I can bring you on like a network show, have this in person on TV. That would be cool. Like if I
yeah,
can get
exactly.
there. But we'll never forget this moment. You know what I
This is
mean?
the car.
So this is the car. Exactly. But yeah, like in general, Sasha, I want to talk to you about this too. Do you feel like the toxic environment of social media is ever just going to be there? Do you feel like it's never going to fade away? You know what I mean? Like that hate or
Yeah.
that hate that people put in our comments and just I remember I put a post that made it onto like a very good social media account and people just hated me in the comments. They're like, why didn't you put this content and stuff? But you have to acknowledge that we only have like 60 seconds to put out content, right? I can't include everyone, so but speak on what the toxic environment is in social media from your perspective.
I think it's definitely going to always be there. That's just a thing about this industry. I mean, if you can't handle it, then don't get into it. So if you're the type of person that gets offended or even a little bit hurt by like the comments that you get, it's just not like for you. Not like for you. I mean, it's like for anyone. You know, um, because even back in the day when I used to post very different content, the way I even got all my followers was from posting like just really random things like on the beach, like me being cute in a bathing suit. The crazy comments that I was getting, like if you scroll back to, like 2 years ago when my videos were like blowing up and every video had like a million views, and you read the
Wow.
comments, like it was insane. Like if I
Mhm.
actually let everything get to me, I would probably just not even be here at all. Like
Wow.
literally not
It
be here
was
at all.
that bad. It was that bad. Even
It
though
was
you were
that
getting like
bad. Yeah.
even though
Like
you were getting those millions of views, it was that bad.
it was like it wasn't bad on me. Like I was never really like I would get offended sometimes. Like if, for example, I'm in a bad mood and I see this, it's like, of course, it hurts my feelings. I'm still human, but there's a reason why I kept doing it. It was the views that I was attracted. I don't really care about the comments. The comments make the views that make more comments, that make more views and more likes and more saves and more
Right.
follows. It's just a part of it. Any attention or any like publicity is good publicity. When I was doing that, yeah, it was a lot of like hate. And then when I
Mhm.
stopped, like posting on social media, I like stopped for a couple years. I was just like getting no attention, like no negative stuff. And then a couple of weeks ago, there was like a person like on all of my social media accounts that was just commenting, and like they wouldn't stop commenting on my lips and how ugly I am and how like I look like the potato from Toy Story or whatever.
What?
Like just like making all these like references and saying this random stuff and tagging my mom. Um,
Oh,
and
they're tagging your mom too?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they tag my mom and stuff. They're like, "Look at what your
Why?
daughter's doing. She's whoring around on the internet, whatever."
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like it gets really bad, and then,
I didn't know it
um,
was getting this bad. Like that's
yeah, like
terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
it's okay. No, like honestly, like you see me like smiling about it. I'm like getting
Yeah,
to
you're all
the
being
to the
cool
good
about it.
part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like 2 days after that, my mom calls me and she was just like, "Good morning, Sash. Like congratulations." And I was like, "Congratulations on what? Like, what did I do? Like, what did I do?" And she
Right,
was like, "You got your haters back. What do you mean? Like, this is like a sign. This is a celebration, like a cause for celebration that you got your haters back. That means you're relevant again. That means that people care about you. It
right,
doesn't matter if they think like bad things about you or if it's something good. This person took out like 2 hours of his day to keep saying that they care about me. They care about my
right,
lips or
right,
whatever. They think about me. So
right.
that's the only thing that matters.
No, like I completely agree with you. I think the hate's always going to be there. Unfortunately, that is the case. And even top creators like, Bryce Hall, Addison Rae, they get so much hate because of what they do. But if they let it get to them, like they wouldn't be where they are today. Like you said, like you wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be here as well. If you get one post, everyone's they have no like better time. That's what I say all the time. They have no other better time to do than just
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? Like they could be more productive in their lives, but no, to just hate on people. I think it's because they're jealous, though. Low key.
It doesn't really even matter why. I feel like it's because a lot of the times it's just like bot accounts that like you don't even know if it's a guy or girl. So like
Right.
they could be jealous, they want to be with you, they want to be you, they want to like there's so many different reasons why people do this stuff. And sometimes it's really unfortunate, but it's like people that you know in real life that are like very um consistent on like leaving comments like that, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean like if you read every comment and try to really understand why are they saying this, like what is it about like what did I do wrong? Like you're just gonna go crazy. I mean, it's not about you, it's about them. They chose the time out of their day to say that to you. It's like not about you at all. Like, you know, because
Right,
they could
right.
have said that to someone else. You were just the target.
I know. It just comes here and there. Like you can get easily targeted into like something you don't even want to be in, but they just make something big out of nothing, and it sucks. It's just what it is. But you get
It
through it.
is what
Like
it is. Yeah,
it's just so stupid, and at the end of the day, it's so stupid. Like it just roll off your back. Like n the next day they'll target someone else. So
exactly. That's why you can never like even take it to offense. Um,
exactly.
yeah, the next day it's probably going to be someone else. They probably forgot about you already, but you probably didn't. You're probably thinking like, oh, that
Exactly.
one
That's
person
what they
said
want
this.
you. That's what they want to do, Sasha. That's what they want to do. They want you to like feel bad. So you don't
Yeah,
put out content. You don't do it, but you do because you love it.
yeah, because they can't put out content themselves. They're
They can't do
like
it.
not confident
They
enough.
they
Yeah,
can't do it. They're just jealous, I think. But
exactly.
anyway, two more questions. Two more questions. So what is a typical day like?
Sorry.
What's it? Do you want some water? You good?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so I just want to know, like, what does a typical day look like for you, like with the content that you make? Do you post in the mornings? Does it happen in the evenings with the food that you do, or does it come here and there? Just the book.
Let's
That's what I
see.
wanted to say. The book.
What
Okay.
exactly am I doing? I mean, okay, so
You plan your day, I know.
I plan my day because on top of doing content and stuff, I'm also at U of T and
Right.
I'm getting my real estate license and I'm also
Cool.
working at a restaurant. So
Cool.
I
Cool.
like just plan out my day very specifically. I have like, classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I have my other days to study. I There's not really like a specific schedule when it comes to like what time I'm posting, but I usually try to post like every day. And on a Sunday, I will post what I have to post every day so that I don't forget anything. And so it makes sense. I don't want to post a restaurant on a Monday and then I post another restaurant on a Tuesday. Then it's like, if you make it so saturated like that with like the same content, like people are just not
Right.
going to trust your recommendations because they'll just know
Exactly.
that
Yeah, yeah.
you're doing a collaboration with them and you're just posting just to post. So,
I know.
on Monday, I'll post like a little picture of me. On
Hmm.
Tuesday, I have a reel, or then on Wednesday, I have something else like I don't know, a day in a, I don't really do day in like a day in a life, but
Okay.
just trying to keep it very like different, also mixing up with like stories. Since my main feed or just like my main like the post on Instagram and TikTok can get a little too like I don't know how to say this. Like it's too many like collaborations and like work stuff. I
Hmm.
try to um like post more on stories, like more organic stuff, like about me, just like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going there. So that
Hmm.
it's not all just like branded collaborations and everything is just like paid for, everything's like fake,
Right.
because then also you just lose the value as a content creator if you're just
I know.
posting everything
I know.
like
Like,
that.
just want to keep it, like you said, just want to keep it original, authentic, keep the hype up. I think that's the three
Exactly.
biggest keys any creator can do. Well,
Yeah.
Sasha, thanks so much for coming on the show. One last question, and then we'll wrap things up. Any advice you want to give to anyone who's trying to be a dancer or a content creator starting out in this industry?
So I always say this when someone asks me this on my lives on TikTok, like any advice on like how to start or whatever, what to do when you start. Um, I think that if I could go back in time, I would fix this one thing, which is not posting things that are true to yourself. Like, I was posting things that were like, it was just getting a lot of views and a lot of attention. And I love that. But then when I realized that, okay, it's time for me to post about myself, it's time for me to post about dancing, makeup, fashion, like all this stuff. People that already followed me, they didn't care about it because they didn't follow me initially because of that. They followed me because I was looking cute on the beach. Like that's
Okay.
it's just the reality. So
Right.
it was very hard then to get those people to like what I post now. And I even tried getting a new like TikTok account and stuff and just starting all over because my stuff was all shadow banned. So I wish honestly from the very beginning that I started off my account with showing who I really am, um what interests I have, like what's important to me because at the end of the day this is my blog. Like this is about me.
Right.
So it's also just not going to feel natural to keep posting. That's probably why I eventually got like burnt out and just so tired of posting because I wasn't posting things that I cared about. I was just posting things that I know was going to get views and it just wasn't valuable to me anymore. I was more focused like on I needed more quality over quantity, but it just wasn't the case. So, moral of the story, if you want to start social media, um post things that are important to you, build your following and your networking and your everything based on your interests and things that make you happy. Like, don't just post for views because it like long term, it's just not going to really satisfy you.
I see. I see. Well, couldn't have said it better than what you just said. Yeah, it makes sense. Right, right, yeah. So thank you, Sasha. It was a great time talking with you. YYZ Sasha,
Thank
everyone.
you
You
so
can follow
much.
her on our Instagram and TikTok. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Sasha, for coming.
Thank you.